Thanks. So I'm going to be talking about a project where we monitored the price promotions for all beverages sold within two major Australian supermarkets. And before I start, I'd just like to acknowledge co-authors listed there, and in particular Beth Gillam, who's really led this piece of work. So what are price promotions? They're temporary price reductions or discounts, often which are really clearly identified to the consumer, either by big signs like you can see in the picture here, and they're used to increase brand awareness and the perceived value of different products. So for this reason, they've been identified as a key driver of food and beverage choice. And indeed, in the US and the UK, it's been estimated that about 30 to 40% of supermarket food and beverages are purchased with a price promotion. So for this reason, there's been some interest recently around restricting price promotions as a policy to prevent obesity and improve population diets. So, for example, in the UK, the Obesity Health Alliance released a 10-point action plan for obesity, where they had over 40 organisations signed up to this plan, and listed as number 4 was restricting price promotions on unhealthy foods and beverages. Similarly, just last month, it hit the media again in Scotland, this was after public health calls around banning multi-buy offers on junk foods in an effort to improve population diets. So this project, we were particularly interested in beverages. Why, as you all know, sugar-sweetened beverages have been there's quite compelling evidence now that sugar-sweetened beverages are related to weight gain, oral health, and a number of other health outcomes. And in Australia, Australians consume unacceptably high amounts of sugar-sweetened beverages. So this is data from the 2011-2012 Australian Health Survey, and you can see even as young as 2 to 3 years. So the blue colour represents that they consumed a sugary drink in the last 24 hours, and so even as young as 2 to 3 years, 1 in 3 2 to 3 year olds are consuming sugary drinks on a regular basis. And this is at a time when they're developing their taste preferences for the rest of their lives. And this is as high as 2 in 3 for 14-year-old boys. So we know that most sugar-sweetened beverages are purchased from the supermarket environment. However, there's been little systematic evaluation of the type and the extent of beverage price promotions in supermarkets internationally, and no studies at all in the Australian context. So the aim of this piece of work was to conduct a weekly systematic audit of all ready-to-drink beverage price promotions sold online at the 2 major Australian supermarkets over 52 weeks, so a whole year. As I said, we had online data collection methods, and we've done a bit of work validating this type of method, looking at the types of products available both online and in store, the prices online versus in store, and the products that have price promotions online and in store, and there's really close alliance between the two. And because we were collecting online, it meant that we could collect data at regular intervals. So we extracted weekly information, and that aligned with the price promotion timeframe, where they changed every week, every Wednesday, from all beverages with a price promotion at both Coles and Woolworths between October 2016, and our data collection is due to finish in the next couple of weeks. So today I'll be presenting the 40-week data, some preliminary results. So when we collected the information online, we collected the product name, volume, pack size, the beverage type, the non-promotion retail price, the promotion price, and if there was any information around multi-buy information. Every 4 months, we also completed a complete audit of all beverages sold online. So this is more than 2,500 beverages, both with and without price promotion. We've categorised our beverages into 12 different types, and then collapsed those categories into 4 key types. So sugar-sweetened beverages, So some of the examples there: cordial, flavoured water and sports drinks, fruit flavoured drinks, sugar sweetened mineral water and soft drinks. And then we've got flavoured milk and 100% juices, which we kept separately, primarily because a lot of the policy responses in the areas of sugary drinks at the moment do consider them as distinct categories. And then non-sugary drinks, so your diet drinks, your milk, water. So as I said, this is a preliminary analysis at the moment of 40-week data. So what I'll show you today is the proportion of different beverage types for sale in the supermarket. So this is just about availability first from our full complete audit of all the beverages available. And then I'll show you the beverage types sold with a price promotion as a proportion of all beverages available. But what I think is probably more important is the beverage type sold with a price promotion as a proportion of all price promoted beverages. So imagine walking down the supermarket aisle and you see all those yellow stickers for price promotions. What proportion of those are for different beverage types? And then the extent of the price promotion. So on to results. On average, 960 pre-packaged beverages are available each week for sale in supermarkets. I will just also mention here, as I said, we collected for Coles and Woolworths. The results I'm presenting to you today are from Coles, but they're really quite similar for both supermarkets. So this is availability of all the beverages available. So 40% for sugar sweetened beverages, 8% flavoured milk, 100% juice, so it's 68% of sugary drinks, and 32% non-sugary drinks. So of these 960 pre-packaged beverages, on average each week about 25% were price promoted. And I've shown there the breakdown of that 25%. So 19% of that, 25% for sugary drinks and 7% for non-sugary drinks. So this is now the summary for all beverages among all price promoted products. And you can see here 73% of all price promotions for sugary drinks, 27% for non-sugary drinks. We also looked at the extent of price promotions, so on average how much is the price reduced, and it was around 33%, which was similar across all beverage types. We've also done some preliminary analysis using regression analyses to look at the number of times that beverages are price promoted every week across the 40 weeks, and we did find a significant greater number of price promotions for sugary drinks versus non-sugary drinks. So it's looking like these results are statistically significant as well. Okay, so we've got a lot of data there, and we plan to do a whole lot more analyses. We've got huge amounts of data, but from what I've shown you now, some of the strengths is that this is a comprehensive weekly audit from 2 major supermarkets because we were collecting online, and it's the first study to do it so regularly over a long period of time. Preliminary data does suggest that this online data collection is valid, both in terms of availability and price, and because of this, we're currently building a database across all products sold online in terms of their price, using automated methods of extracting this information. In terms of weaknesses, we do only have data on price, and we know that there's other methods of promotion in stores, so for example end of aisle displays, and we don't capture that, and we know that those kind of promotion is likely to influence purchase. And we also don't have data on how often people buy these beverages with price promotion, so it's just about availability at the moment, but it is the subject of another project using some Nielsen data in New Zealand, and we're looking at to what extent do people buy products when they are price promoted, and how does that differ across income groups. We've only collected beverages, information on beverages, but again, the subject of another project is we are extending that across foods as well. So just to wrap up, price promotions are extensively used for ready-to-drink beverages sold within Australian online supermarkets using our 40-week data, but it looks quite consistent, so I expect it to remain similar with the 52-week data. The majority of price promotions are for sugary drinks compared to non-sugary drinks, And the average price promotion was around 33%, so I think this has some implications for policies like a sugar sweetened beverage tax in Australia, which is advocated at around the 20% mark. And finally, restricting sugar sweetened beverage price promotions may represent a possible strategy to manipulate their price and reduce population sugar sweetened beverage purchase and consumption.